Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. The kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And he opts to not... bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Murray now on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 3rd play in this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Not sure I agree with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agree with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. Going deep for Hopkins, and that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Murray's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's got this down to the 35. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. Throwing now is Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early. A definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already. And now after that,
blitz coming, and down he goes. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. First carry for James Conner. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Murray now. Flushed out right. Here's a diving catch right side. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Jalen Thompson picks it. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
First down, Murray. He finds Hopkins complete, and he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. Rolling to his right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A big play there on the catch and run. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Buying time to his left. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Murray. And looking for Cook, but this pass is intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton, and his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. To try again after the sack, Mahomes, and the pressure gets to him again. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now here's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Being chased out left. Going deep for Hopkins. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gaudin.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
From the 29, Mahomes flush to his right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Breaks a tackle, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelce. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
sliding out of the pocket. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good position to be in here, second and inches. Now Murray off play action. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. Now Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Derek Nottie makes the tackle. To throw, it's Murray. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And going deep for Hill. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off the play fake. Murray. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big pickup there on the scramble. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I know this game is gone with a few of the runs he's made along the way. He should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
from the gun on third down. Murray steps away to his left. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And they'll get him down right about the 20.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
To throw is Murray. Out to his left. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. Murray keeps it himself, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On 1st and 10 is Connor. He will push his way down to about the 14. The linebacker Anthony Hitchens there on the stop.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater, and a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Cardinals win it. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. The NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Harrison Butker set to get us started. It's 2 AFC powerhouses, the Chiefs and Ravens, underway in Baltimore. And he returns this to the 22. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson escaping the pressure right. Busts through the tackle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Not sure how you feel about it, but to me, I think we're seeing it in front of our eyes. This league continues to change. Look at the moves you ordinarily get from a running back from the quarterback position.
Yeah, that's like a Le'Veon Bell type move right there, but you're exactly right. The game's kind of evolving in that way, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the quarterback is rapidly becoming an extra running back as well.
Here's Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They go play action with Jackson on the move to his left. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Jackson now. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Chiefs are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes. This one swung out to Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 21. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Mahomes now on first down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Edwards now on 1st and 10.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
A gain of 3, second down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Oh, he fakes a spike. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. So he fakes the spike and they get the touchdown.
Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 70 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
It got his man complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when
you were going
the Yale
Namath.
Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Mahomes to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Gets this one to Hill. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Forced out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On second and a long way to go. Mahomes flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes dancing to his left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Yeah, he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there. And they're going to start with really terrible field position. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the 2nd half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Right back to Dobbins on first.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line.
Now a carry for Dobbins.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll run here with Dobbins.
Room here to run.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And down he'll go at the 25.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth? And the Chiefs are going to get him. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Right there. 54, Mike. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game, and when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes there. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air. But that was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend, because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there, because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And some room to roam now. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 38 yards. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit, or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now here's Mahomes. Flushed out right, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Hardman. Down the numbers. There he goes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 69 yards.
And the Chiefs use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 27-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Jackson running again. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
You got it.
Brings up 2nd at the 26-yard line.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Mike's about to go.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
Jackson.
And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Oh, good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40, past the 20. He will score. Touchdown, Chiefs. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy.
There he goes, right side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Jackson to throw. It'll buy some time right. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the fourth. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. A dangerous return man showing it here. 30, 10, 5, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Again, Elvin partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. First down and more for Jackson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. A big hole right side. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mahomes to throw it. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Mahomes. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became...